Of course, serving a community for 50 years means sharing both good times and bad.
Well, I guess like the Challenger disaster or the attacks against our nation in September of '01, the time of the assassination of President Kennedy is one that none of us who were alive at that time will ever forget.
The sheriff's officers have taken a young man into custody at the scene, a man 25 years old. We just have a report from our correspondent, Dan Rather, in Dallas, that he has confirmed that President Kennedy is dead.
And I do remember going home, and I remember them deciding whether or not they were going to cancel the NFL games, and that was big because CBS had the NFL games, and just the whole the sadness that just permeated the whole country, and just amplified by CBS's coverage of the events.
The war in Vietnam, that was probably the first war that was brought to us on our TV sets, so it felt real. There's no question you relied on Channel 3 and television as a way to inform you as to what was happening in a faraway place called Vietnam. She had many friends and neighbors and acquaintances that were in that war.
Good evening, I'm Marcellus Parsons, and this is the Channel 3 News for Wednesday, the 14th of August, 1991. Governor Richard Snelling is dead.
Certainly remember those newscasts. That caught us all a bit off guard. People from across the political spectrum had great respect and admiration for Dick Snelling and his leadership, and that was certainly a sad day for Vermont.
But we have made a beginning.
You know, when Governor Snelling passed away, you know, that was quite a shock.
And they determined he died at 8 o'clock last night from a heart attack.
I think in the coverage there was a genuine respect there for the person and the position, and it wasn't just like we're covering this because we have to.
I certainly remember the inspiration that he was to me and to many other Vermonters.
I, Howard Dean,
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of Governor for the state of Vermont.
that I will faithfully execute the office of Governor for the state of Vermont.
Main thing that comes to mind is the ice storm of 1998, when the whole area was affected.
And there was a lot of calls. I mean, we had a lot of calls everywhere, trees going down and power outages and whatnot. And it was hard to drive around with the trucks.
3, 2, 1.
Well, Channel 3 was here to film our first civil union on the radio.
Jim Jeffords, when he said he was going to be an independent at the Radisson.
Given the changing nature of the National Party, it has become a struggle for our leaders to deal with me and for me to deal with them.
The most amazing thing on Channel 3 was probably when September 11th happened and they covered all of it.
The first thing we heard was
small plane crash commercial. It was an accident. I remember just seeing the Pentagon has been hit.
We sat in front of the news the rest of the day and watched the reports progressively get worse as they came in, and over the course of the next few days, of course, more bad news, and it was a tough day. It was a tough day for everybody.
It was, you know, as though I think a piece of every individual was lost that day.
We know what the protocols are for New York City firemen and what they do and how many people respond to a fire like that. And when that fell, we just, you know, we knew that it was a big tragedy. It was a very sad day.
Dean officially kicks off his presidential bid on Burlington's Church Street.
You have the power! You have the power!
You couldn't cover Howard enough for me.
Well, this is certainly the Howard Dean we're not used to in Vermont, this spectacle that we're seeing this afternoon.
Yeah, it was quite an eye-opener to see a small state governor to go as far as he did. I think it opened up a lot of eyes, kind of put Vermont on the map.
I will say this. I think he got a serious bad rap just because he got excited.
Everybody's got an opinion.
I think local ownership is something that we all care a whole lot about, and I think that's somewhat unique.
You know, to me,
what needs to be done, where to go, what to do to get the story they need to get. That would be my opinion.
It's unbiased, except for the sports.
Yeah, there's a lot of Red Sox fans down there.
But I think the sports coverage here is wonderful, wonderful. And for a little place, for a little town that we have, and the university, our program gets tremendous coverage. And I think for the high school kids, too.
I think that's what solidifies the community.
I think the great thing about Channel 3 is, you know, there are never any surprises. You know what you're going to get.
Information surfaced that Fletcher Allen Healthcare concealed the cost of an underground parking garage. Now,
You know you're going to get in-depth news stories. You know you're going to get issues that are locally based.
They are who we are. They are in touch with what we need to hear at 6 o'clock.
Sarah's a lot prettier than Marcellus.
Yeah.
No offense, Marcellus.
Where's television going to be 50 years from now? Who knows? We can only imagine. But look for some big changes in the near future. Channel 3 is going to be bringing you high-definition television and bringing it to you a lot sooner than you think. But we will also strive to bring you the best in local programming, both news and entertainment.
It's my privilege from time to time to issue executive proclamations to note the accomplishments of Vermonters or organizations in our state, and it's an honor for me to proclaim September 26th as WCAX Day in Vermont. Channel 3 has been providing information and entertainment to the people of Vermont and surrounding areas for a half-century, and certainly worthy of notation in this way. So I'm pleased to sign this proclamation to officially proclaim September 26th as WCAX Day in Vermont, and I wish everyone at Channel 3 not only congratulations on this important occasion, but best wishes for many, many more successful years.
Our very own day. It's quite an honor. It's also been an honor to work with so many people here at Channel 3, people whose faces you don't always see on the screen, whose names are occasionally in our credits, from sales executives to engineers, from news producers to production assistants, creative services to even our clients who have helped make this station. But our special thanks goes to you, our viewers, for watching, for your support, and for your comments. We hope you've had fun and that you stick around and watch as we embark on the next 50 years.
Anyways, happy birthday to you. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you're the best. Happy birthday, WCAX.
Because the federal magistrate gave the federal prosecutors just 1 week. 1 week to produce some stuff.
Just wasting your tape, pal.
It was like a... That's a real mouthful.
What kind of food do I like? I like macaroni and cheese.
It pays off in other ways. You are able to hold up under pressure.
Don't interrupt me, I'm typing.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, good sports, John Boy.
Good night, John Boy. I don't know if I want to say that. Hey, roll that back, man. I want to say good night, Marion.